Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Doc from North America. Just a few hours earlier, I'm involved in some volunteer service, and I need to do it 2 hours early. So it'll be interesting to see. Let me lower this volume too. It'll be very interesting to see. Whoop, that didn't do it. It'll be very interesting to see how the CPI comes out. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. They're going to get their interest rate cut no matter what, even if it's just a quarter point. That's what it looks like to me. And you can see, let's see, we've got everything. Oh, you know what we don't have? Let's see, where is it at? Let's put this up on. I don't have the spreadsheet up there yet. Let's get that up on there. No, that's not it. Put that over to there. And take that up over there. There we are. All right, now let's get that spreadsheet up there. I just realized we didn't have that. As you can see, there's the dollar index. Dollar index is just kind of cruising along, I guess you could say. It's just slowly drifting. It's been in a weekly sell for a while. It was amazing that we even made an attempt to go into the buy. The interest rate, as I've been saying over and over and over and over, it's transitory. There's no doubt about that. The interest rates are transitory. And we're at the end of the tightening. That's the way it looks to me. And that's what we're waiting for, is for it to happen. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. A lot of times when it does happen, they usually sell down the markets. That's usually the way it goes. And so that's probably what will happen. And there it is right there. You can see the dollar index up on here. Where is it at? Right down there. There it is right there. It's 5 weeks in a sell. 1 day in a sell. I guess it had popped in the buy. Doesn't look like it there. Yeah, I guess it is. So that's right. Okay, yeah. So it's down a second. There it is right there. So we're a second day in the sell at that point. Okay, and then let's shift over to. Let me get the chat line up. Maybe we'll get more people in here this morning because we changed times. That would be neat. I was thinking about that. Maybe we need to mix up the time zone too. Do some at 8:30 Eastern Standard, and sometimes do some, at other times. Let's see. There we are. Turning it on right now. All right. There we go. So, there we are. Double checking that. There we are. I hear the sound nice and steady. So we're all good there. 5 by 5 Yahoo. All right. So, where do we go from here? Oh, okay. Let's just double check. Do we have it up on there? Yeah, we do. You can see it there. So you can see both, the beta and, the old platform at the same time. All right, now let's go back to the beta again, like so. And let's go to, I guess, what we'll do is we'll look at the currencies. And basically, I guess I should do my morning rift, where I tell you what I've seen the markets doing and why it seems to be not followed by the media. Like yesterday, it was a great rally. I think we were in a daily buy now for a couple of days in the stock indices, that type of thing. And, the dollar moved down. And I guess, former President Trump had a good, 80 million people or something, like 13 million watching him live with Elon Musk. And the national media finds that to be horrible. They say that they're trying to save freedom by removing people from saying things. Anyway, I just have to laugh at it at this point. It's really hard to take it serious. But in the end result, they will get their, you know, lowering of a quarter point before the election, and then when when they put the what do you call those things? They're the adjustments, and it shows that it's the opposite of what they said, or they add numbers and it's not as good. It'll be too late because the Fed will have lowered interest rates, and that's all right. I don't have a big problem with that. I mean, at this point, a quarter point, it's already in the markets. We've seen the 5-year, the 10-year bond, and the 30-year bond. We've seen them come down. Let's put that up on the screen. Let's see. Where is it at? Right here. There we are. Right there. There's the 30-year bond. You see, it's actually bouncing back up a little bit. Remember, when the price goes down, interest rates are going up. Now, the price of the bond's been going up, so interest rates should be coming down, which is logical. And let's move that over to there, like so. And it slipped into the buy there yesterday, right there. I'm just going to recycle this and see if it has any problems with that. I just want to see. There we are. See what that does. Yeah. So it slipped into the buy. It's been in a buy all the way back in here. So that just automatically confirms the idea that interest rates are, transitory. Let's go. Let's get that color change. There we are. And there is the 30-year bond, and that's pretty much like following the dollar index in many ways. Normally it is. Let's put it that way, because I've noticed of late they have not, And so you can see right there, the dollar goes down, and you can see right there, interest rate prices, the interest rates overall have been going down. So it's the same thing. All right, let's go over to the euro and take a look at the euro. Euro's looking fine this morning. You see that right there. Oh, you can't see that. And what I just showed you you couldn't see. Ugh. I got to remember to keep on switching back and forth. There we are. And you can see right there, there's the euro. We went into the buy 3 days ago, right there. We've been in that weekly buy. I don't seem to want to give up. I keep on telling people, be careful. All these weekly sells and daily buys, basically what happens is that they stay there. After a while, they turn the weekly into a weekly buy, and the next thing you know, you got the different direction. The daily is giving you a warning that on the very short term, day to day, you need to be hedged for it not to go up, that type of thing. Because like Giannis was playing with, which one was it? Let me just put it up on the screen here. Right there. There we are. Playing with some of these stocks, and now they're moving into the buy. Apple moved into the buy last week. We'll show you to you. There it comes. There it is. Novarta, look at that. Right on the edge of the weekly buy. And here we are, just Wednesday. Let's open this up too at the same time. There we go. So, it's a perfect example of it. Getting short in a crash is fine as long as you're getting short to protect your long assets. And like in this case, this thing bounced back. Literally, the first day it went into the Black Monday of... Oh, that's another thing too. Japan. The Prime Minister finally resigned. It's like over a year and a half now. All right, and here it is right there. Let's show you the Apple. See, the Apple jumped into the weekly buy last week, and at the same time on the crash Monday for Japan, it went into a daily buy. And so, you know, thinking that this is rolling over while we're going into daily buys is a dangerous game to play. And you basically don't want to, freestyle it. What you want is, because, if you're long these things, it's great to hedge them. This way, at least you come out flat. But if you're short these things, just because we're in the weekly sell and a daily buy, that's a little tougher. You have to use the binaries to do that, so you have a limited risk factor. And then you can see here is the second day in a daily buy there on the Amazon. Amazon's still in that sell, so but it's still, what was that? That was the Friday. That was the Friday before the Black Monday in Japan, and it's broken out to that point now. And when he looks at, I'm just thinking about the products that he looked at yesterday. Nevada. There's Nevada. Same situation. 3 days in a buy now. That's live today. And then you can see here, it's trying to get into the weekly buy. You can see it started the week off with the fast trying to be in there instantly. So, again, for traders out there, that's why we watch both the daily and the weekly, because it will bite you most of the time. I have to laugh at that, because it will, and it does that. And 86 out of 100, it's right. So that means 14 times it's going to be wrong. And sure enough, there is that weekly sell in the Nevada. It's great if you were short all the way up in the 120s and 130s area, where the weekly sell occurred. Let's go squeeze that back a little bit. Fascinating is it topped out, on the 11th of July. And we went for a while in a sell. You couldn't take that buy because why, traders? We were in the sell. And then you can jump back on the sell again. And you see it drove it down to here. It goes into the buy there. We're in a sell. So you're not getting long. You're just making sure you're not short. That's what that says. It always says that. I say it all the time. And just because of a panic in Japan doesn't always mean that the world is going to participate. And now the Prime Minister of Tokyo resigned about 12 hours ago. In the middle of the night, basically, to Asians, Europeans, and United States and Canada, and Middle Americas, I guess you could call it, or the Americas North and South. But in the end result, that is the warning sign. And then you can see here, this is Nevada again. Is this Nevada? Yeah, it is Nevada. You see here, on Monday morning of this week, it threw it right into the daily buy, right there. So, no doubt there was the sell. No doubt it made a little money. That means you unless you're using a binary or an option spread, you put a stop in there, so that, in other words, if you were shorted from here somewhere, well then, there's a chance to make some money, and then you put your stop in there. So this way you don't give back all the profits from this or this, basically. So, all right. From there, what other stocks did he ask for? Let me think. Google. Let's see what Google's doing today. And then we'll go back to the currencies. I want to get these out of the way. This way he can take a look at them through the video. Video store. All right. There's Google. Google's in that same boat, I guess you could say. Was in a weekly sell from up in here. There it is right there. Did I get the right color? No, I didn't. There's pink. So, which is really nice is, it had a great ride up. I mean, imagine that buy. You're in a weekly buy. There was a good buy. went all the way up to there before it saw a sell. You couldn't take the sells because we're in weekly buys. There's another buy. It was a winner, winner, chicken dinner. And then there's another buy right there. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Another buy there. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And then we get into the sells. Now, obviously, it goes into the sell here. Let's put that in there. And we'll just emphasize it one more time. Goes into the sell here, but we're in a buy. So you can't try to cherry pick because why? We're in a daily sell. You got to wait for it to get into the buy. By the time it gets into the buy, we've already been in a weekly sell. And at the same time, you're basically short from up in here all the way down to there. Because there, and we've been in a sell, and it combines finally in with weekly, and that's how that works. So I just like to constantly remind people, you must use these tools the right way, not the way your heart tells you to. Ooh, it's cheap. We all know that the concept of buy low, sell high. So in other words, you buy a put, market collapses in Tokyo, and you buy a put thinking, okay, I'll speculate. Okay, fine. Make sure it won't bite you. In other words, make it a binary, and you can't do it as a binary, then put a good stop in. That once you've made a profit, lock the profit in. Not every profit's going to be to the moon. Some are going to be just minimal ones. The idea is to live to fight another day. That's what it comes down to. And then let me think, what other stocks does he ask for? Let's see. Tesla. Does he ask for Tesla? I think he does. Here it is, going into a buy 3 days ago right there. But it's in a sell. And obviously, it went into the sell up in here. Let's put that in there too. Right there. There's a sell. And so, once it goes back into a daily sell, which is right here. Matter of fact, you could say basically, with this zigging and zagging going on, it was a tough trade, but it kept you in the sell there, and it pays off. And then, then you got that V bottom thing going on in Japan. It goes into a daily buy right there the second day. You can't be long it. It gives you a short here, and it takes a loss. There doesn't make a new low. You can put a stop in there or so forth, depending on how you're trading it. Or if you're in a spread, then no problem there. And once it goes into a daily buy, you know that it's going to be even more pressure on the upside. And sure enough, there's the pressure on the upside right there these 2 days. Alrighty. What else? Let's see. It was Apple and Meta. That's it. Let's see what Meta's doing. There you go. Meta definitely going in. Pushing itself, trying to push itself. Oil was interesting, and I know I'm really deviating here now, but oil tried to climb into the weekly sell, and they seem to have straightened. No, I guess it was a weekly buy. That's what it was. Weekly buy. I'll show it to you. Let me save this, since I've put up the stocks that Janos takes a peek at all the time. Save, workspace save. There it is. So you can see right there, it's battling and battling. You can't take the shorts in these things again because we're in a damn daily buy. It just it just tells you to be neutral at most. No, at minus. In other words, at least be neutral. Even with the weekly sell, when you're in a daily buy, it's a very tough thing to try to bet against the market. You don't know if that daily could take it to a buy. It's like, but one thing's for sure is it'll keep you safer than not knowing. That's for sure. All right, now let's go take a look at that. I guess what we can do is we'll go this way. Where's it at? There's the euro. You can see moving up nicely in a weekly buy for a bunch of weeks. Here's cable. Same situation. Minus it's missing the line. Right there. Huh. Interesting. Right there. Goes into the buy right there. And at the same time, it's going into a sell. So you're not short, you're not long, it's a neutral. That's what the cable's telling us right now. And then maybe next week, I don't know, I guess, it seems to be outperforming the euro again. But remember, traders, right there's a euro GBP. It's in a weekly buy now, going on a third week. So, it's telling us that the euro is definitely the favorite at the moment. Now, yesterday they pushed it back, or it was still in a sell for a couple of days from here. But look at that today. It's lifting back up again. All right. From there, we go over to the Swiss. And you can see it pushed it into a sell yesterday right there. Let's grab one of these. There it is. And it's been in that long weekly sell. This doesn't seem to be straight, changing that, which is bullish for the country, of course. Currency gets stronger. And then here, this is what's interesting is that this is with the prime minister resigning. The markets are literally quiet from it. Look at that. It's just like stuck on this plateau side of thing. It's not really pushing in either direction, and at the same time, we're actually trying to, it's in a buy now from there because with the green and the red, it kept it in there. But we're in a weekly sell, so again, neutral situation, and obviously the politics is built into the market at this point. I understand they've taken off 2/3 of the $20 trillion swap. They have removed pretty much most of the major ministers, parliament members, and both ministers and parliament members, and now it all started at the very beginning as they changed the Bank of Japan's chairperson. So that's over a year ago now. And so these markets have been influenced constantly, day in and day out, by the political turmoil that they have. The financial, I guess, the LDP, the Liberal Democrat Party, who's been running the country forever, since like World War II or something like that, has put itself in a odd situation. It got carried away like the Bidens do, with the money laundering thing, and it's really pressuring them. And obviously, the product went from 110, 112 up to 162. That's a big move for an industrialized nation, the fifth largest or fourth largest economy in the world. That's very dramatic. It's not like Turkey. I don't even know where Turkey is when it comes to its size of its economy, but I'm sure it's it has taken it so hard on the chin. Just show you that. There it is right there. It stayed in the buy now for a third day. Let's grab one of these buys. There, we'll use that buy right there. And it's still in that weekly buy. And they haven't flirted with the all-time high for like 6 days now, so things are quiet. And I guess that's the only way you can really look at it when you have a currency that's going from 1 to 37. That's a lot. Tokyo went basically from 1 to 1.62, not 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 12 or 24 or 36 or now flirting with 37. Tokyo went from basically 1 point to 1.62. That's not bad. That's nowhere near the pain that the people in Turkey are feeling. And then we'll go to ZAR. This way we can take a peek at, look at that, another day. It's been a week and a half now of sliding down, which we would assume automatically that gold, let's do this. You would assume that tells you about gold. That is, gold has been, basically Going up. I know they made all-time highs yesterday or day before. I heard it. I heard someone say it, so it must have been happening. So let's put that up on the screen. But we're going to go over to the beta and show it to you first. This way we can refer back to pointing at the action of the two. If I can find the right mouse. There's the right mouse. There's the right mouse. Oh. Upload it. Okay, there we are. There we are. You see that it's been pressing up as South African Rand pressing down. And when it's going down, it's gaining against the dollar. And gold usually goes up, like it's been going up. And that's I guess, did they take the all-time high was on the 12th at, is that true? No, I think it was even back here, 25.23. And so yesterday's high was 25.18, basically 17.9. I'll show it to you over here. There it is. You see that action right there. Totally the opposite of South African Rand. Now let's take a look at silver right there. And silver doing that same thing. It's trying to lift up. It's in a buy. But notice the weekly sell. It really is not finding a way to get going. You know, in other words, it's, you know, if you were short from obviously anywhere's up in here, and you didn't take your profits, well, that's unfortunate. Then you get a little bounce, but we're still in that weekly sell. Sure enough, it goes back into the sell and gives you instant gratification again. Now here means to be neutral because it's in a weekly sell and a daily buy. It could find a way into that buy. That would not surprise me any. We'll show it to you on the beta. Oh, did I mess up that? I think I did. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, there we are. And we'll put it up on the beta so you can see that. You see that? There's that strength. Remember, traders, if you're interested in seeing, using the platform as a test, you're welcome to do so. You can just contact Robin here at Chicago Quant Technologies. You can use it for free for a month or something like that. See if you can get a feel for it. It's an easy way to do it. There we are. Now, from there, let's go over to copper, which I'm impressed. I really am. You can see there's been a little strength in here, but we're in that weekly sell, so you got to be very careful again. I'll show it to you right there. So there's the copper, and copper is it's like the gold of China. So that is very popular, I guess you could say. The reason why I can say that it must be very popular is they what's it when you fake something? In other words, they've been taking lead, painting it copper, and then putting it in warehouses. So it's it's definitely interesting that it does that stuff. It means that it must be that valuable, There we are. And so last one will be the platinum. There's platinum in a buy. You see that? Being a little choppy, but it's in that buy for 5 days now. And it's also in a weekly sell for a 5th week. So one thing is for sure, you're not supposed to be short from here. You're supposed to be neutral. All right. From there, we'll go over to crude oil. Let me put that up on the screen too, crude oil. All right, here's crude oil. And so you can see there, it's still marching in its own way. It's in that buy. And interesting, yesterday and the day before, yesterday and today, they're pressing down on it. Still not making it into the sell or anything, but you can see they're pressing down on it at the moment. There we are. And show you what the beta is thinking about all this. We'll find in a second. There we are. Now let's put the beta up there. You see there, 2 days pushing down, but still in the buy. But we're still in that weekly sell. And at the beginning of the week, it jumped up. I mean, it really looked like it was trying to bust its way through. It was very close to taking out the top manifold even. It was very bullish. Let's just show you that there. But it seems to have calmed down now. It was all the way up to there. It was in the plus. We had a box for it. But not now. Not now. It's kind of worn itself out. And it's just kind of stumbling, and it doesn't seem to really care at this point. I mean, it really doesn't. Let's see what else we got there. Go like this. Let's get rid of that too. Now let's show you heating oil. There. There. And we can put that up on the beta too. The heating oil. There it is right there. And you can see it's still in the daily buy from here, but still in the weekly sell too. So it's a neutral unless you're a producer or you got inventory or something like that. See, same thing, weekly sells, and it's still in the daily buy by a hair of its chinny chin chin. All right, now from there we go over to the natural gas, which I didn't realize it pushed it into the sell yesterday. Look at that. And we're in that weekly sell, but the fast has jumped up, but still it's been telling you since here it's popping back up again. Had you in a short here for a while. There was another short there, was another winner. That short was a loss, but at least it made its money there. And then obviously this was the great short. Look at that. Imagine if you kept on moving your stops down or something. And but it just shows you again how not to try to fight the daily with the weekly, thinking that every weekly buy or every weekly sell is going to be a winner chicken dinner. It'll be 86 out of 100 times it will be. And then let's see, that's the natural gas. We did heating oil and we did crude oil, and I just want to take a quick look at where Brent is this morning. They trade locked with each other. So if, Brent's in a weekly sell, obviously West Texas will be in a weekly sell and vice versa. We will have that old beta that shows us how our math works soon on the machine, maybe as soon as today, at the end of today. Let's see, right there. There it is. There's crude. Oh no, we want Brent. That's what we want. BR. There it is. There's Brent. You can see doing the same identical bounce there, and now two reds. Let's see, we make this 3 month. You can see that and you got two reds right there. Just like we do with our West Texas Intermediate. There it is right there. See, they both march the same way. And so we're at a point here now, I would say, in the energy sector. One thing's for sure. Without the president involved, the Secretary of Defense, I guess it's what the Foreign Secretary was the one that made, or no, it was the Chief of Staff of the generals sent all the warships to Israel just to play it safe. And so that seems to be calming things down. Iran is desperate to show that they are in control of their own destiny instead of just being an intimidating force. So far, not too good. The IRGC is begging them to attack Israel. And every time they attack Israel, Israel punishes them. And so they don't need to be punished. They're figuring no reason. Look, if you want to be a terrorist or a general, or I don't care what you want to call it, but if you want to be somebody that's attacking another country and they kill you, that's because you attacked them. And so that's to complain about that is childlike. I mean, you hurt somebody and they swing at you. What were you expecting? That they're just going to keep on dying for you? No, I don't think so. And I think that's why Iran is not able to respond to the responses from Israel. It's because each time they respond, it hurts more and more. And so they don't need a revolution. It's already the women in that country wants a revolution. In other words, if they allow the country to be bombed because they were being, foolish and childlike and not acting like a responsible adult, then that's what they get. That's why they put all those ships there, and the oil market, there's natural gas, it was riding up. It's already topped out. You can see that. And then same time, we take a look at that crude again right there. This was in anticipation of the bombing. Had it down to below 72, got up to 80. That's an $8 move. And now the last couple of days, there's like, wait a minute. We keep on buying this thing, waiting for the attack, and the attack doesn't happen. It's like, well, Iran has put out a statement today, I believe it is. It said, we will hold off until they, and they want to be part of the negotiations with Hamas. Well, that's not going to get them anywhere because now they're going to look even more foolish. So, we might see oil back off because I don't think it really matters at this point. I just don't imagine Iran stepping up and attacking Israel from afar. It makes no sense. And finally, the market is starting to reflect that right there. We'll see. And the weekly buy was the one that really tipped me off. Is that yesterday that thing was right from the morning it started moving down out of the weekly buy area. So that really was like, oh, they're really having a problem now. All right. Let's go to, let's see, we've done all the currencies, right? And we've done, did we do the metals? Oh, we didn't do the metals. Did we do the metals? Yeah, we did the metals. Didn't we do gold and all like that? I thought we did. But we'll just show you again where the gold is right now. Just like crude. Moving up all those days, so did gold. Right there. There's gold. Looks kind of hesitant, but still strong. That's the thing. All right. So that does the... Did I do silver? I'm sure I did silver. There's silver. I mentioned the copper, so we must have gone through all this. I remember that. We were talking about copper, so we did all the metals. All right, so we've done the metals and the energies. We've done some of the stocks that Janos likes watching. So let's take a look at the indices. Let's see how Tokyo did. this morning, especially with the prime minister going. We see the currency's not moving from it. So let's see what there's the FTSE. Let's see this. World markets. World indices. There we are. And we have a chance possibly today to get that done out of camp. I'm going to bring my laptop and we can possibly get that straightened out. Where's the Nikkei? There it is right there. And there's the Nikkei. And there is today. And you see it's actually celebrating the resignation of the Prime Minister. It's gone from 35 up to 36. So it's like it closed at 30. Where did it close at? It closed at 35,000, basically 20. Let's say 35,000. And today it closed at 36,442. So it moved up 1,400 points overnight from 35,025, just not 250, 25, 025. So they obviously they're happier. They're buying it. And let's see. From there, we check out the Kospi. Let's see what the Kospi is doing today. World indices, markets, world indices. There it is. Where's the Kospi? I just did see it on here. There it is right there. And obviously, they're happy too. Look at that. Must have been a holiday yesterday. You can see there it's pushing up. And then let's see. We go to Taiwan from there to see what Taiwan's been up to. Taiwan. There it is right there. Taiwan doing the same exact thing, lifting up. Showing strength again. It seems like, I would assume, due to the fact that China, this is just me guessing, but I'm guessing with experience, okay? And I'm thinking that China, since they're fixed to the dollar, the U.S. dollar, that is, not the Hong Kong dollar, or maybe they pretend over there. So they're fixed to the dollar, be it the Hong Kong or the American dollar, solely because the Hong Kong is fixed to the dollar also. So in other words, if they're following the Hong Kong dollar, that would make sense. They could pretend that they're not, leaning or depending on the United States. That it just keeps on showing that that when Japan is in a better economic position, it seems like the rest of the Pacific does better at the same time. And we can take a look at, let's see. I want to see the Nikkei, not Nikkei, I want to see Shanghai. There it is right there. There's the Shanghai index. Now that's interesting. It's down. That's probably more because of the dollar. With the dollar going down, that would be going down. And I guess we could throw... we don't even follow the yuan anymore. I mean, it's just such a... Well, it's like watching the dollar. So, I mean, it's awful hard to take it too serious. But let's take a look at the Chinese yuan, which is about 3% of world trading a day. It's very little. So they've been taking the fixed... I guess it's, it's locked to the dollar now, so it's been moving down. It's losing. I guess it's a good thing, is it? I'm not sure. Let's see. So it's been going down, so there's less yuan to the dollar. I guess that's a loss. Less yuan to the dollar. So it's 7.13 yuan to the dollar. Before you could get 7.8 for the dollar. So yeah, it's weakening. And you can see the pressure that's on it there today. trying to take out, what is that? That was last Friday's on the black. I guess you could say it was like the Pacific crash. They all took it on the chin pretty hard. So it was definitely the Pacific crash, if you want to call it something. Instead of Black Monday in Tokyo, it was the Pacific crash. All right, let's go back to the world markets again, unless someone wants to see something. And you can see there, let's see what Hong Kong's doing. Right there. And there's Hong Kong. And it was down just a little bit, nothing meaningful. Pretty much almost unchanged. And then we'll go over to the Singapore Straits Times. There it is, right there. Now, that's interesting, is that it's doing the opposite. The Singapore... Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's lifting too. It just happens to be that the two Chinese markets, the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong and the Singapore Composite out of... not Singapore, I'm sorry. The Shanghai Composite out of Shanghai, mainland China itself, Shanghai City, shows that they're still feeling the pain. When America is weak, they are weak. That's what it comes down to. Why they keep on in Beijing wanting to attack America and intimidate seems crazy to me. Their economy falls apart from it. Some of these countries don't care about their economy. I guess, Turkey must be a good example of it. I mean, none of that makes any sense. All right, let's jump over to the Nifty 50. Let's see, where is that? Is that it? No. Hang Seng. There's Jakarta. Let's see what Jakarta looks like. We've talked about trying to find a few more. Ooh, look at Jakarta. It lifted nicely. Not following the Asian market at all. All right, let's find. Where's it? The Euro. Where's the Indian index? The Nifty 50. That could be it. Could that be it? Nifty 50. Hiding on this thing somewhere. Where's the Nifty 50? Let's just type it in. There it is. There it is right there. And basically down a little bit. Right there. And then from there, we'll take a look at, go to Europe. And oh, you know what I want to see too is that the Saudi Arabian oil, let's see, Aramco. Saudi. China okays 2 ETFs tracking top Saudi Arabian firms to list on onshore. Okay. Let's see. Where's that at? Right there. Let's try that. Saudi oil stock. There we go. There it is. Yeah, I thought it was 222. That's right. Now, it's showing some strength in there. They benefit enormously if there would be a shooting war. I just don't see it happening, but it makes no sense to me. They just have to grow up and realize that if you try to kill people, they may kill you. What's so hard about that? They keep on acting like they're not doing anything wrong. It's very strange. Let's see if I can find it. Well, you can see it there. It's been climbing back up from that low below 27 on the 5th. The V bottom. It's turning totally into a V bottom at this point. V bottom. And then let's go back over to let's get rid of that. There. So from there, we go over to Europe. Let's see what Europe's doing this morning. Let's see. Europe. Let's see. Where's that Stokes 500 or 50? There it is right there. Let's see what Europe's doing right with that. It's lifting up. See that? From there, yesterday to today, it's lifting up. I think the U.S. stock market's firm. We'll check that out too. Oh, we can do this. We can go over to here. Let's see. There we go. There's the S&P 500. That's been in the daily buy for, what is it right there, 3 days now. You can look on the spreadsheet. Actually, it says 4 days, so it needs to be adjusted. Something's not cooking right there. Either way, it's been in a buy. Is that today? Yeah, that's today. The product's been strong, but you can see the weekly is still having its problems getting going. Still, the fast jumped up all week long now, but the slow is still underneath the manifold, just barely getting to the zero line. Now let's take a look at the DAX. We're world indices. There it is. World indices. Okay, they just spread them out. All right, so here's the CAC 40. There's the CAC 40 coming up, and it is up a little bit today. Not bad. So it's matching the U.S. markets. The DAX, let's see what the DAX is doing. I think it's the Zetra DAX, but it's up 66 points. So we're seeing firmness. And then over here in the States, take a look at the Tech 100, which has also been flying along pretty well right there. See that strength in it. Looking good. That went into the buy. Oh, that's interesting. Right there. So, they're down nothing. I mean, down 7 points, 6 points. The thing was up 400 points yesterday, just like the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Just show you that. Right there. There's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Looking good. It's been in a buy since Thursday of last week. There's Friday, Monday, Tuesday, now Wednesday. And at the same time, it closed in a weekly buy. So, winner, chicken dinner. Okay. What else have we got going on here? I guess we need to come up with a title. That's what we need to do. What title can we use today? Yesterday was kind of fun, and I heard somebody on one of the financial channels that I actually pay attention to talk about, or it might even been one that I don't trust, but they were talking about how the Fed is like a drug dealer, and the population are like drug addicts. Someone is listening to some of my crazy ideas, or let's say my unique ideas. Um, yeah, and that's exactly what we've been saying, and that is that uh, the government has been acting like the drug dealer, and it seems to be hooked on selling the drugs. It must, in other words, the borrowing and all, just all the absurdity that's been going on, even to the point where they beat their chest and say, look, we're cutting rates back 10 months ago. They haven't cut a thing. They said they were going to cut them 7 times, and they've cut nothing. So by time September comes around, we'll be almost 10 months into when they claimed they were going to start cutting interest rates. And that is really whack. Okay, so what can we say about today? I guess it's more of Japan. Japan is not moving or is positive. Bounces after could say on PM news. And in many ways, what it really comes down to is that the markets obviously follow Japan more than they follow China. It's very clear there. And the illiquidity of China and I guess you could say it's chest beating, is not going to make it grow. You don't become the world reserve currency by saying, listen to me, I'm going to build the biggest military. That doesn't work. You need the economics. People don't like eating bullets. They like to eat food. People don't like wearing a dictatorship on them and then pretend that they're free people to speak. It's a bad thing. All of it, all the things, the slave labor in China, all of it. The fixed currency. Look, if you're going to be the number one economy in the world, well, at least have a free floating currency, which they can't do, or their GDP would go crashing. So, all right, traders, this is Doc from North America. We will catch you tomorrow, same time, early. We're going to be early all this week. So, happy trails to you until we meet again, which will be tomorrow, Thursday. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. Catch you on the flip side.